I think we can all agree this was long overdue. Dear Diamonds and fellow Diamonds in the Rough, if you've been part of the Gacha community in recent years, I dare say, I think you must have come across something called rage baiting. And now this thing is more amplified now and more present now than ever before, which have revealed quite a lot of sentiments in the space right now that I do want to go over today because shit like this is interesting to me, as you all know. So, of course, I just have to talk about this. Now, we can trace the origins of rage baiting in the Gacha community from years ago, from a bald man called Tectone. Now, this man has basically rage baited, I think, the Arknights community, then the Genshin community, made millions of dollars off that. And so it goes. He's a professional shit disturber slash rage baiter, right? And he emphasizes the fact that he does all that because there's, well, one, it's basically his nature on the internet. That's his persona. So cool. And most importantly, is he made millions of dollars doing that. So I want you to keep that in mind as we proceed, please. Now, okay, what's happening? What's going on? What is the new rage bait? What's got us talking about this now? I mean, we all know this was present for years now. Like, why are we talking about it now? Well, it's a combination of two things that happened recently that got us all talking about this. If we go over here to Twitter, which basically a lot of this stuff starts over on Twitter or a YouTube video that pisses the whole community off, basically someone makes a statement about video games and people lose their marbles over that opinion about a video game. Now, I think you can already tell the kind of vibe we're going to be diving into, but please just stick with it because I do have a certain message for you at the end that's beneficial to you. So, the thing started with, of course, Mr. Pokey, who's been now known for shit takes in the gacha space. For those of you unacquainted, Mr. Pokey made SSR is fine. You guys are greedy and idiots. Like the power creep problem of SSR is on the players, not the company. All right, so we, the players, have tools to deal with power creep as a problem in the game, even though the company itself is creating the problem and accentuated it to the point where we gotta talk about it because it's too much to keep up. Power creep is always going to be a problem, but HSR is doing it aggressively. So he's trying to make it so that it's just the player's responsibility, it's just the player's fault, and nothing on the company. All he had to do is add that one phrase to that statement, and it would have been factually correct. A lot of people lost their shit to that, and rightfully so, because he called them idiots. To some people on the internet, especially when you didn't even phrase your shit correctly, a lot of people will take issue with that and respond aggressively. So for me, that was normal. This, on the other hand, isn't that normal because if we look over here, all he said was, well, technically he didn't say it as we see here. We got our boy Rednu over here because this was yoinked from Rednu. Rednu made this post. Mr. Poke was like, you know what? Last time it was a lot of fun. I'm just going to do it again. So he went ahead and said what Rednu said, which is, I think Zelda Zone Zero's combat is a lot better than Withering Waves. And if this post pisses enough people off or has enough likes, I'll make a video explaining why. So basically, Rednu is the one that started the rage bait. He's the fisherman. Mr. Poke was like, oh, so you're doing that. You know what? I ain't giving you that glory. I'm gonna make that shit. So he yoinked that shit and made it about him now. So this is about Mr. Poke now. Sorry, Rednu. Whoops. So this is about Mr. Poke now. So he throws the fish bait, right? And it drives people crazy. This has like 1 million views with almost 2,000 likes. Now, why does it have this much rage? Well, of course, if we look at both Zelda Zone Zero and Withering Waves, the games are somewhat similar in terms of combat and flashiness. There's the parry, both introduced parrying. We didn't have that in Genshin, so that's good. There's perfect dodging, so that's good. Both of them have those two mechanics. The thing is that you can't jump in Zelda Zone Zero. You can't grapple Spider-Man in Zelda Zone Zero. So how is Zelda Zone Zero supposed to be better when it lacks fundamental mechanics in comparison to Withering Waves? But if your cup of tea is something as simple as Zelda Zone Zero's combat, good for you. It's not a problem for you to like one over the other. Claiming that one is better than the other for the overall majority can become a problem because I think in the majority we can all agree Withering Waves combat is better than Zelda Zone Zero. It even offers better mechanics. There's more depth to the combat of Withering Waves more so than Zelda Zone Zero. my opinion. So the statement in itself isn't that bad. Like, if you think Zenless Zone Zero's combat is better for you, and you're gonna tell us why it is for you, it's fine. Like, sure, why not? But we cannot look at it and add like dot dot dot, going, oh, what he's trying to say is Withering Wave's combat sucks. Zenless has the better combat. Period. No, 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 no. For him, and he tells us his experience. He's sharing his thoughts and how he feels about it with us, right? You either take it or you don't take it. This doesn't mean he's trying to say something more. All right. I do feel like people are adding more stuff to a statement that's clear, period. He just said, I think Zenless has a better combat than wuwa. And if this pisses people off, which should have been your hint, by the way, as this is a rage bait, I'll make a video talking about it. And because of this, people came hard at Mr. Poker, like very, very hard. Again, now, if the pisses people off part didn't make you think for a second that that's just a rage bait and we're just having fun here, I don't know what else to tell you. Now, there is a main takeaway from this. So let's just keep putting up the ground rules. Now, as I was recording, I saw this. I hope everyone had an eye-opening experience today. Nothing to do with hatred, I get, or if you got baited, but seeing people lose their shit over Red News opinion is laughable at best and depressing at worst. Okay, so now we're making sure that people know that this is Red News opinion. Okay, that's good. That's good. Here's a mirror. It's time to reflect. Y'all have deemed me as the Twitter gacha terrorist, but the reaction to this post perfectly shows how cooked some of y'all are in the head. That's true. Red News opinion or not, stating anything that doesn't align with your narrative equals rage bait / instigating. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Red News opinion or not, stating anything that doesn't align with your narrative equals rage bait / instigating. No, the tweet has, and if this pisses people off enough, I'll make a video about it. As in, we knew this was gonna get that form of reaction. Like, you poked at him, so of course they're gonna react that way because you know what the fuck they are. Obviously that's a rage bait. That is a rage bait. Period. Like, let's not sit here and pretend like, well, I just said that. No, you had the terms pissed off there. Red New or you, whatever. No, that's a rage bait. Period.
Stop playing with me.
Just own it. It's not that his opinion is the problem, it's that people can get offended over which game has better combat. Exactly, and that's the whole point why the tweet was made in the first place. You know there's this sentiment. You saying these words and this line means that these people are gonna get a reaction, and you're gonna use that reaction for content. That's good content creation, and one should not apologize for that. So, for me personally, I would just own up to the fact that this is a rage bait, all right?
But keep it up.
Is that people can get this offended over which game has better combat. That is a problem, and I feel like this is a decent way for us to shed more light on the problem and help the people that are in that problem. So, if this is the overall desire, for one, I'm all for it, and that's why I'm sitting here recording this, because I'm looking at this and going, all right, I gotta pull up. No rational adults will ever react this way, and there's a reason why I'm able to have great discussions with some, while most won't be able to, because they just want to instigate or simply lack the intelligence for it, and we all know who I'm talking about. Don't know if there's someone specifically, but I guess if you're talking about the loud, reactors to this, oh yeah, of course. If this is going to be the norm, no one will have gacha discussions again. I disagree. Since nuance clearly doesn't exist, and not everyone has the balls like me to do it regardless. Wait, what? But sorry, if this is going to be the norm, no one will have gacha discussions again, since nuance clearly doesn't exist, and not everyone has the balls like me to do it regardless. I feel like there's plenty of people with balls, dude. I don't know. It feels like I should be the only motherfucker that should be praised type line there, but sure. This is like being at a party and you said you feel red wine tastes better than white wine, and almost everyone at the party calls you retarded. You're a red wine shill, you're instigating, and all sorts of colorful slurs like the ones I've got. Yes. Yeah, that's the people we're dealing with. Yes, absolutely. Oh man. Most red wine enjoyers will leave, and sure, the white wine enjoyers get to enjoy their party, but the party will be smaller and less fun, and I'll be damned if I let my party turn out that way. If it won't, if you are part of my community, easy. Hope this illustrates how ridiculous majority of the responses are. Red News said which games is better, not which game has more human rights violation. If he feels Disease combat is better than wuwa, is that going to change anything for you? Is your Carlola going to deal 20% less damage? Are you losing the next 50-50? Is wuwa going to EOS? The amount of people that actually put down others today over a topic like this, as if your life depends on it, exactly what's wrong with the community. And I unironically feel sorry for you that your life has so little purpose. Okay, this is interesting, and I do want to highlight a point I wanted to bring up in this conversation. These guys are not like idiots and their life has like little purpose. No. These guys are overly passionate. They're like, okay, you know how in soccer, if you look at soccer, there's people that watch on the TV. There's people that just get the results later. And there's the people that go to the stadium, freaking throw fireworks at the sky, go freaking insane over 11 people following a ball and throwing a ball around in a field of grass. That's sports. And it just goes to show, and why I'm giving this example is people can get very passionate about things. Now, does this mean they have little purpose in their life? Maybe so, because they have that much emotion to have to be this passionate about something. But for me, I don't think so. I believe that these people just are overly passionate about something. And because we're not as passionate as them, we have a hard time understanding just how much this passion, how this passion goes, like this level of passion and how it goes about reacting to certain criticisms when it comes to their stuff. Like you always hear, for example, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, right? You will always hear about that. Back in Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo days, right? That was a hot topic. You're either Madrid or you're Barcelona. It's one of the two. Right? You're either a Messi guy or you're a Ronaldo guy. I'm just there like, I like both. I think both are cool. But a lot of people look at that and go, no. It's one of the two. And if you say, I like this over the other side is going to have a problem with that. Again, I'm trying to show you that this is not limited to gacha or anything. This is passionate people that are very passionate about things. All right? Just like people are passionate about soccer, and now those soccer players are basically more than celebrities. I think we can safely say that people can also be passionate about a game that they spend hundreds and thousands of dollars in. All right, we can safely say that, and that's all I personally see. I don't see people with little purpose. I don't see losers. I see very, very passionate people there that just need better guidance in how to proceed and formulate their feelings towards criticisms about their favorite passionate thing. I do hope that makes some sense. Now, are there losers in this thing? Of course. Of course, there's some people that just are looking for reasons to get angry. Absolutely. But is it everybody? No. And I would hate to see people just immediately put in a loser space type of, you should just get disregarded because you happen to have a certain level of passion towards something that we can only hope and dream of. I can't be that passionate about these games. I really can't. I have an inability to be that passionate. They are. And I'm applauding them for it, to be honest with you. I hate how they're reacting to criticism, but I do applaud them for having this much passion over something. That's good. And if they can like get better through it, that's even better. Now, I would never shit on someone being overly passionate about something that's not harmful to them, of course. Please spend responsibly in your gacha games, as passionate as you are, please. As long as you're just navigating it smart and you're still passionate about it, by all means, keep having fun. Please. That's the whole point of these goddamn things. Why are we playing these gacha games? Why are we talking about these gacha games if we're not going to have a good enjoyment and a good feeling doing those things? I rambled on long enough. I think you get the point. Going back to the tweet, me personally, I couldn't give a single fuck about comparing both gachas combat because I know they are both different games. I like WoW's combat, and I also like ZZ's combat. I play both games whenever their patch offers something that makes me happy, and that should be all there is to it. I totally agree. For any medium of entertainment, I have way more important things to worry, like why it costs 1.6 mil to get a house in Singapore than which gacha game has better combat. That's a good thing. I really like this sentiment, and I think people should be more towards certain sentiments like this, where you have to worry about real life things more than you are about your hobbies. Hobbies and ultimately are here for our entertainment. They're good. They help us center ourselves, but they're not the main thing your life should be about, unless you're making money off that hobby, which is something I'll get to later. I'm happy with the games I play, the content I make, and the community I built, and I sincerely hope that whichever game you play can bring you happiness. Not your friends, not your enemies, not your favorite CC, but you yourself. Because life is too short to war over an internet opinion, and it's time to grow up and be better. For me, I'm glad I built like a tank to filter all these people out while bringing ones that have reason and logic into my own community, and I will continue to do so whether you like it or not. That is an amazing take, that is an amazing sentiment, and I for one can truly encourage it. To the 1% that read this with an open heart, I think it's more than 1%. I think people are really exaggerating this. I think Pokey is just now in the spotlight and he's seeing them more than he sees the other. I feel like this is like, there's more open people, and I feel like people in the gacha community aren't getting enough credit. That's what I believe. To the 1% that read this with an open heart, hope you guys can self-reflect, be better, and become the change you want to see in the gacha community. If you did, I forgive and welcome you. To Red New, get that bag. I've taunted the crowd, drew their attention, that gave you the response that you needed. Looking forward to the video. All right, can we stop making it about Red New all of a sudden? We all know you did this for yourself first because you tried to make a point, because you still have some form of, oh, they did this to me in the SSR stuff type shit, and let me farm these guys again. All right, okay. Yeah, it's a good it's a good extra. Let's not pretend it was just Red New. All right, it's not. To myself, thank you for being the greatest of all time, protecting and creating jobs for all gacha CCs. Hail Pokey. Sure, I guess. Oh, I know what he meant now. Fuck. Oh, but that's a low blow. Anyway, now let's get over to the nitty gritty, which I feel like is a good segue to something I really want to talk about. Having and raging over something like this, like over video games on the internet, is fine, as long as, one, you do it with a certain respect, and you don't act like a freaking idiot or a retard, for lack of better words, because someone had an opinion that differentiates from yours. All right, people can have different opinions and people can have different preferences, believe it or not. I like peach, all right, and you like bananas. Just because you like bananas doesn't mean I have to like bananas. I prefer peach over bananas. If I have to choose between peach and bananas, I'm picking peach, all right? Bananas are fine if you like them. I don't care if you like them or not. Good for you if you like them. Yeah, hey, you enjoy bananas. Good for you, my man. But I still like my peach. All right? Get it? Peach, bananas. Get it? No? Okay. As long as we can just go about voicing our disagreement of going, what? You like this or that? Oh, boy, you crazy, man. You know what? Hey, I don't know what to say about that. You're kind of crazy for that. I can't really see how. And that's something like that, something playful, something like this, because we've all had disagreements with our friends about takes, about preferences in things, period. It comes in different shapes and sizes. It's not limited to just gacha. And I would hate for people to think that this is like a gacha thing. It's not a gacha thing. This is a people thing, and it's just taking the form of gacha games right now. Please, I hope that is clear for you, because I don't want people saying gacha equals losers. I hate that, and I'm not standing for that. No, this is a people thing. This is normal. It just happens to be in the form of gacha games. And I would hate for people to, feel like they're worse because of this. So please, let's just be mindful and respectful of each other's preferences and opinions, and have normal conversations. Just remove the rage, remove the hate, and remove the aggro in how you go about responding to people's opinion and preferences. Trust me, this space will get much, much better. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be passionate or you shouldn't respond. Just do it in a way that's more respectful, all right? And make sure you don't let your rage take over. Because I feel like these gacha players right now are like Super Saiyans. They're like, the more pissed off they get, the more glowy, and they just rage on, and there's lightning in the sky and everything, right? We need you guys to calm the fuck down, because we don't want lightning in the sky, man. Can we just have a clear blue sky, please? The second part is something a lot of people may look at me and go, what the fuck? But it's definitely something I have to emphasize. Rage baiting is fine. A lot of people are starting to have some form of reaction to rage baiting on its own, like as a concept. Rage baiting is fine. And I'm gonna tell you why it's fine. Rage baiting is pure gold entertainment. It's hilarious to me. If you don't find rage baiting hilarious, good for you. You can just ignore it. But rage baiting on itself and its existence is good. Why it's good? One, it's funny and entertaining. Two, it sheds light on a problem, like what Mr. Poke just revealed. It sheds light on a problem that, well, we can now look at and go, you know what? Let's talk about this problem. Now that it's this present, it's in the highlights and everybody's talking about, you know what? Now is a good time to hit the nail in the head over there. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I feel like if you get rage baited, I've made this tweet myself. If you get rage baited when it's clear as day and you all know it's rage bait, people literally retweeting, oh my God, what a rage bait. Yes, you idiot. Yes, it is. Just be like, Lamau. That's it. But no, you guys finally found a reason yet again to hate on someone because he just happened to have a bad take one day. That says more about you than the man himself, in my opinion. So for me personally, if you see a rage bait and you understand that it is, laugh. Look at the people in the comments that are falling for it. Look at the quote retweets that are falling for it. That's a time to laugh. That people, dude, one of my favorite things to do on the internet is watch rage compilations. Ragey gamers losing their shit, smashing their keyboards. I find that hilarious as fuck. And I hope you can find the comedy in that too. Number 3, which is important, rage bait is done by people that can benefit from it. When someone rage baits, Mr. Pokey became more popular in a sense over on Twitter because of all the rage baits that happened. So rage baiting, if done proper, can benefit the party that's doing it. Okay? Now, there's a benefit to them. You raging doesn't benefit you. Raging over on the internet made careers. They made careers, right? You're not making any career. You're just doing it kind of for free because yes, you're venting, you're letting what you're feeling inside because of the words you just read out, which is good. But ultimately, you're not gaining much because the baiter is gaining much. Remember when I said Tectone made millions of dollars? Yeah, that's quite the incentive to rage bait, right? I would say it is. So you can fall for it or not. That's ultimately on you. But the best thing we can do is tell you here's the guidebook. Here's how things work. You get to dictate and choose how to go about things. It's on you. You are your own person. If you enjoy raging and that's what you find comfort in, I'm sorry to hear that, but you do you. You do you, man. Hey, you know what? Just don't be mad if we look at you and laugh. Look, if you want to get angry, you can. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not going to tell you how to feel and how to act. But don't be mad and don't be surprised if we start laughing at you and having fun at your expense. All right? So ultimately what I'm trying to say is this. You are not a loser automatically for having a aggressive reaction towards someone's take about a video game because you just happen to be overly passionate about the things that are being talked about, which is understandable. Like I said earlier, there's soccer, there's multiple examples and things like this, all right? And with this versus this type shit, okay? You should not get easily rage baited, and you should be aware and smart and wise enough and understand that this is made for, two goals, like the benefit of the creator himself and the benefit of highlighting a problem / engagement, etc., etc. All right. I would invite you. Third is I would invite you to have fun at it. Have fun with it. Just look at people raging. You're ahead of the curve. All right. You get to watch the sheep fight. Okay. And you can always invite the sheep to get out of the herd and think for themselves. All right. So, in my opinion, this is a good thing. Rage baiting should be a thing because a lot of people are saying, stop getting rage baited. Stop this. Let's just enjoy our games. No. We need rage bait to continue. And we need people to grow out of rage bait is what we need. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope this was of good use to you. I hope you understand the whole spectrum of rage bait and all this over on the internet. You are not a loser for playing Gacha. You're not a loser for reacting to someone's take. You are lesser. People are not going to take you seriously. This doesn't make you lesser as a person, it makes your opinion lesser. I hope that makes some sense, okay? Just calm down. So, yeah, I hope this was useful. I hope this helps. If any of you guys have an issue with that and you just want to talk it out, please hit me up. There's my Discord, there's everything down below, and we can get this conversation going. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya.